Buongiorno everybody, and we're back today to make something good for a nice autumn day. So, benvenuti to my kitchen, my new kitchen. So happy, so happy to be here. So I'm going to give you guys a second to come on. Please, once you come on, say hi, let us know you're here, and we're going to have some fun today. We're going to make some zuppa. So zuppa, Z-U-P-P-A, is soup in Italian. Zuppa di zucca, I love saying that. Zuppa di zucca. So it's basically a pumpkin type soup. Of course, pumpkin in Italy is a lot of different kinds of squashes, winter squashes as we know them here. So today we're going to use that big, beautiful Hubbard squash I've got sitting back here. I tried looking it up and see what it was in Italian. It said Zucca di Hubbard. So I guess there's not an exact translation for it as to the type it is. I'm sure there is, but I couldn't quite find it when I was looking. So anyway, but any of these good winter squashes, the nice orange, fleshy, pumpkin-y, flesh inside make a great soup. So a lot of pumpkin soups that we're familiar with often tend to be pureed. I like them a little chunky. So we're making not just a zuppa di zucca, but zuppa di zucca with ceci. You know what ceci are? Ceci are chickpeas, or in my dialect, they're ishishira. I know, that's just for a few people watching might know what that means. I was cleaning up. I already got myself dirty because I dropped chickpeas on me when I was pulling them out, but that's okay. Got a little... Anyway, so, and then of course we're going to put some beautiful greens. So in Italian, bietole is certain greens. It's kind of like your beet greens, your Swiss chards, your things like that. So this is actually a beautiful green Swiss chard that we're going to put in. So I decided that we're going to do this from start to finish today because I want to show you it's not hard. It seems daunting when you see this great big, what the heck am I going to do with this thing? But, we're going to have fun, and hopefully I'm not going to kill anybody with it. Perfect for, there we go. You got to get it in there, and then you can't get the knife out. There we go. Actually, this isn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. This is the first time I've used one of these. Ta-da, almost there. See, it wasn't that bad. Ooh, look at all those beautiful seeds to roast. So I'm going to grab my spoon here. Actually, let's just grab one of these giant ones because these are actually have a more sharpish, not sharp, but sharper edge. So basically, you just scoop out all this. This is actually scooping out really easy. Wow. So it's not as stuck. It's not as slimy. So everybody's cut open a pumpkin and taken the seeds out to carve your pumpkin for Halloween. And you know how they're kind of slimy on the inside? So this isn't really slimy on the inside, like a pumpkin. It's a lot easier. Wow, look at that. It just came out so nice. Cool. Look at that. It's beautiful. Well, let's get both of them, because later on I'm going to roast these seeds too. I'll tell you what, those other seeds I roasted, so roast your seeds just a little darker than you think you would. First of all, oil them, sprinkle them with a little coarse salt, and then just roast them a little longer than you think, and then you can just eat the whole seed. You don't have to chew off the outside, and it's got a really nice toasty flavor. Okay, so we got all those seeds. So I'm going to do that later. All right, so now I'm going to take my cool little curvy knife here, and let's see how easily. Let's cut this in half. I'm going to see how easily these. This is not bad. Not bad at all. So I bet you, I'm going to quarter this. If you go to some farm stand right now, you might be able to find one of these. So I'm going to guess that peeling them smaller is going to be easier. Yeah. Oh, easy peasy. Look at this. It's like peeling an apple. That was really easy. So this is not as tough, say, as butternut squash is really hard. It's got great flavor, but it's really hard. So we're just gonna, oh, there we go. peel these. So, how many of you, here's a question, I want answers. And you know what? So sometimes when I ask questions on here, people just go me, or I, but then when I'm looking later, I don't remember what it was I asked at what point in the video. So say, I've made pumpkin squash. So how many of you guys have cooked a Hubbard squash? So say, I've cooked a Hubbard squash. That way I'll know what your answer meant instead of me. Sometimes I'm looking at them and I'm like, it says 27th minute. I'm like, oh crap, I gotta go see what I said to see some of the responses. So you guys gotta be more specific in your, messages to me. Otherwise I gotta watch my video over and over and over and I get kind of tired of watching me. But that's okay. This is really, really nice peeling. This is really easy peasy. Okay. I guess I'm gonna need a bowl to put all my stuff in here real quick. So let's do this way I don't have to keep running back and forth to the trash can, and I can keep cutting. I can't believe how easy this thing is. It looks like a little mini pumpkin at the top. Just set it right there. Okay. So anyway, so I'm thinking that I think about half of this is going to be enough for the soup. And then this I'm going to make something else out of. That's the beauty of the size of these things. You can make so many things. I'm probably going to make, I don't know. Oh, I know what I'm going to make. I know. I'm going to make something really good with you guys tomorrow. And we'll finish the other half of this and it'll be the end of our, the end of our pumpkin week for now. So at the beginning, on Monday, we made a pumpkin pasta, or a Zucca. That was the crookneck squash. And then the next day, we used the rest of it, and we made those muffins. Oh my gosh, those muffins were such a hit. And it made a nice, I doubled it, so I had plenty. So I had them for breakfast, had them for snacks, and they were completely whole wheat, and you couldn't tell. You just, because when you have, especially when you have dark stuff, if you want to trick people, when you've got stuff like carrots or pumpkin in your dough or your batter, nobody can tell that it's whole wheat. Because they're not, they can't tell by the color because it's already brown. And if you put enough other good tasting stuff in there, it's actually, sometimes whole wheat comes out heavy, but those were really light. I think it was the yogurt that put in there, nice and moist. All right, so I finished up a whole half of this. And there's only, and just for the heck of it, I'm gonna weigh this to see how much Zucca we have. Okay, so we're going to turn this on, and we're going to look at, let's see, that's pounds, we don't want pounds. Ounces, okay. Let's see if it'll all fit on here. I don't know if I can do it. It's going to be like stacking it. Wait. Okay. Bum. All right, almost. Can I get it all on here? OMG. I did it. Okay, so that's 37 ounces. That's 16 and 16 is 36. Okay, is that right? That's not 2 pounds. Oh shoot. Okay, well anyway, 37 ounces. So, 16 ounces is a pound. So that was actually, is that 2 pounds? I guess that's 2 pounds. Okay, so we've got 2 pounds of Zucca here. That was pretty good my little, mountain there. I did it. Put green on it. All right, so we're gonna cut these small, into small cubes. And actually, I'm going to come back and cut these because what I'm going to do first now, so I'm going to put this baby aside and I'm going to put my seeds here in with the skins because I'm going to make some space. But we're going to get something else started while I'm cutting this, so hold on. Okay, so I'm going to turn my pot on Okay, come on. There we go. I set it right today, see, so I can go from the stove top to the cutting board. It's cool. So anyway, before I finish cutting all these babies, we are going to cut up an onion. Let's see, should we do red or yellow? No, we'll do a golden one today. We'll keep it all golden color. This one has a really thick skin. Look at that big giant Zuppa was easier to cut through than this onion here. Okay. So what we're going to do first in the bottom of our soup pot. So I have this nice soup pot, or you know, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're making our soup in today. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to saute this onion in some olive oil on low. Actually, I turned it on high for a minute because I like to heat up the pot. So I'm going to turn it down to low. Actually, I'm not going to put the oil in yet. So I'm going to make these kind of small. I'm just giving it like 4 cuts around on the curve. You don't got to do this in between stuff. And I'm just going to dice this up. Okay. And got my handy dandy. So now we're going to put in some olive oil. A nice drizzle. It's extra virgin, that's why I'm cooking on not very high. So that's going to go there. The pan's nice and warm, so it's going to sizzle, I bet. Watch. Haha. There we go. So those are going to sizzle for a minute. And we're going to just keep cubing. I love the sound. I know it sounds so goofy, but I love the sound of the knife on the butcher block. So what's going to happen here is we're going to do the onions, and let me see here. We're going to do all of these goodies. We're going to put them all in the pot. But I'm cutting them kind of small because I really want this to cook while you guys are watching today. And it really doesn't take very long. And considering that this is cutting so easily, it's definitely more tender and will cook a lot faster. Let's see here real quick. You know what I'm going to do for a minute? I'm going to turn these onto a lower burner. But even though they're on low, this is a bigger burner. So even on low, it's a little faster than I want it to be going. It's not brown yet, though. So, okay. So I already asked how many of you have had a Hubbard squash before. Now, how many of you have made a pumpkin or a soup di Zucca? Zuppa di Zucca. I love saying that. Say it. Right now, while you're watching, in your quiet of your home, say Zuppa di Zucca. I love it. It doesn't matter what language you're speaking. I love words and accents and alliteration and sounds, and it's fun. And of course, if you don't have a big chef knife and you just want to cut it this way, you know, you can do that too. You know, but if you have a chef knife, use it. Let me stir here. Oh yeah. Okay. Taking those off the burn for a minute. Almost ready. So it just takes a little bit of chopping, but once you're chopped, you're golden. Haha, just like the pumpkin. Golden orange. All right, 3 more pieces. So like I said, this is about 2 pounds. I probably could get away with making it with a little less, but you know what, this is gonna be, we'll just add probably a little more water, make this a little bit bigger pot, and we'll put some in the freezer. Boom. And we're done. Now, I'm going to push this all to the front here a little bit. Ooh, it's like a mountain of Zucca. Now, we're going to take the bietole, which is the greens. Now, my washies are ready. I'm going to kind of roll them up here a little bit. I'm going to cut them down the middle. And then I'm just going to slice them into thin strips. now we have, look at the beautiful, oh, gotta take a picture. Come on, right? Look at the colors. This is like crazy beautiful. Okay, so we are now going to turn that burner off, turn this one back on so I can work here in the front. Okay, so got my onions. They are nice and lightly golden, so you can sort of see, nice and translucent. So now I'm going to put in the greens. I'm going to cook these down, get them onion flavored. Oh, that's a big piece. Didn't chop that piece. And these couple of stems. I took the big piece of the stems off today. Usually I like stems. They were kind of thick. Okay, and we're just going to let this cook down. Getting that nice onion flavor. Now, one of the flavors that in Italy, because this is an Italian recipe, they use juniper berries, okay? What are juniper berries? They're hard to find here. It's basically what you make gin with. So we're going to add, since I don't have any juniper berries right now, and I really wanted to make this soup, we want things that have that flavor. So we got a little smidge of gin, just probably not even a half a shot. Whoops. Yeah, I know. It's gonna all cook out, don't worry. Of course, if you have juniper berries, I'm gonna be on a mad search for juniper berries now. But something else, juniper berries obviously is like a piney flavor. So is rosemary. So I'm gonna take some of this fresh, recently dried by me rosemary, but I don't want it to be, oh, love that smell. I'm gonna just really quick chop this up into little teeny, basically powder. I love chopping spices. It's fun. And it always, you know what I think it is? It smells so good when you're chopping herbs and spices. Herbs. Love it. There's one more big needle. And it keeps popping off. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but on the edge of my knife here, I've got a whole bunch of powdered, because I just chopped it all up, rosemary, which I'm just going to stick in there with the onions also, and let that cook down in the oil. And now, we're going to add just a little water. This is about 1 liter or so. Isn't this pretty? My next door neighbor gave it to me, and it matches all my cool stuff. Wait till I show you my new bowls I got, my new pasta bowls. So excited for my new kitchen, my new dining room. All right, so now we're gonna just start throwing the Zucca in. Squash, for people who are just tuning in and don't realize a Zucca is a squash. Okay, it's so bright, it looks like a cantaloupe. And we're gonna add our Ceci, our chickpeas. So I just added a little water to start with, just because I want the underside to get start getting a little soft. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of this water. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. Can you see it? All right. My nice filtered water. So we want it just covered. Turn this back on high, let it come to a quick boil. And then the only other thing, let me see if I forgot anything. No, I didn't, because I've done this, is a little bit of salt and pepper. But again, I'm gonna wait till it's kind of a little bit more cooked before I do this. But this is all gonna cook down and just be so beautiful. Look at that. The greens and the orange and the chickpeas, the ceci, I cigera, a zucca cigera. Okay. And verdura. Verdura, people, and it really means greens, because verde means green, but they kind of use that for vegetables in Italian a lot. It's kind of the veggies, kind of like the way we use veggies. So I'm gonna let this cook, and I will come back and show you what it looks like. Now, you can make this just as it is. You know, let's go ahead and throw a little salt and pepper in here now. I'm gonna put some nice, beautiful sea salt here. Just 2 pinches, and some black pepper. Now, I do have hot pepper flakes, and I tell you, this would be really good with that. I'm not gonna do it yet. I think I'm gonna leave that for the guys if they want it to be hot or not, which they usually do. And that's that. And the onion really flavors this broth, and so of course the greens, and then of course the rosemary and the little bit of, you know, juniper berries, liquid style. That's what it is, liquid juniper. So I can just put that in little bottles and call it liquid juniper berry. And if you don't use it in your food, you can drink it. All right. Now the thing is, what I was gonna say is, if you wanted to make it a little heavier, heartier, you could put some pasta in there. I would do something small. Now these are supposedly elbows, but not like elbows like you see in America. These are little Italian ones. So basically they're little teeny weeny curved tubes, but they're really skinny. Almost like, oh gosh, now I forgot what they're called. Anyway, they're really cool. Actually, I'm gonna show you up close. Let's see, can you see how teeny tiny they are? Ta-da! They're little teeny. So I might use, you know, I would use something like this, or like the little teeny miniature bow ties, or the little ditalini, or the little, you know, tubetti, little teeny tubes, you know, they're short. Good soup pasta. That's always nice to have small. Or you could take spaghetti and break it up into like 1 each pieces and throw that in too. You could put it directly in, but one of the things my grandmother used to do was always cook the pasta separate. So it depends. If you want a thicker pasta, a thicker soup, more like a pasta dish that's soupy, throw the pasta right in, and you get the starch helps thicken it. If you don't want the starch, then cook your pasta separate, and then you put a little bit of pasta in your bowl, and you put some of the soup on top. So, but I think, I don't know, today we might just stick with veggies, we shall see. So let's go sit down and chat for a few minutes. So thank you for watching me make zuppa with Zucca and Ceci. I almost forgot what Zuppa di Zucca, my fun little word. And we're gonna look at it in a few when it's cooked down. So let's go sit down for a minute. So how are you all doing? Let's see if there's any questions here today. Anybody have any questions about our beautiful Italian zucca? So please say hello if you're on. Oh, I see some old names. I see some new names. So somebody asked what greens I was using. I used some green Swiss chard, organic, that I got in my box. So my Misfits box. And if anybody's interested in checking out Misfits Market, I will post under this video a code that if you're interested in checking it out and you want to order it, you can get 25% off your first box if you use my little code. So I will give it to you. You've never made pumpkin soup either. Well, guess what? You're going to make it now. Let's see. And this actually today fits into, wow, there's names on here I've never seen before. This is really exciting. So if you're new here and you've never been watching my crazy videos, please say hello. And ciao Cesare, grazie. Welcomed back. Way. So in Italian, well, I don't know if it's all Italian or Southern Italian or just my village, but when you say way, it's kind of like, hey. So when you see or hear that, that's pretty much, it's kind of like, but it's more than that. I can't even quite explain it. It's not really hey, it is sort of like hey, but it's like way, it's kind of like, oh gosh, I can't even explain it. I have no idea. Cesare, what's another way to say way in English? Let's see, any more? Hello everybody, this is so cool. I've never cooked the Hubbard squash before either. Today was the first time. Why, thank you. Zuppa di Zucca Ceci looks delicious. Yes, I think so too. And it's going to be real. It's so pretty. I think that's going to be the best part. And so then when I'm done, I think what we're going to do is we're going to we're gonna drizzle a little bit of actually, I think I'm gonna use, I still have one bottle of my homegrown olive oil that I brought home from Italy. And so say hello if you're watching. I see new people popping on right now. But we're gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top, and a little bit of fresh, a bit of black pepper on top, or maybe a little bit of maybe a little bit of red pepper flakes on top. I think that'd be really yummy. So that would be really pretty. It could also, so this happens to be, just by its nature, a vegetarian and actually falls into a vegan category. But you could also put in like a dollop, you could put a dollop of like mascarpone on it. Or you could sprinkle it with some shaved Parmigiano. That would be really nice on top too. So there's a lot of different options you could throw on there. And again, you could put pasta in it if you wanted also. So that's that. How's it doing? Is it looking good? Is it cooking? Carlos over there stirring my my soup. Is it boiling? No? Okay. If it comes to a boil while you're there, turn it down to low. But I think it needs. Oh yeah, right? It does. It really does make the olive oil on top. Just, I don't know what it is. It just adds such a nice little, I don't know, like almost like a butteriness. One time, actually the first time that I was at this one particular restaurant at the beach in Italy. And, oh, Louie. I was at the beach in Italy and I had this grilled eggplant. I'm sorry, not grilled eggplant. It was grilled what am I thinking? Grilled octopus. And the first time I had it, it was grilled, and then it had this yellowy, buttery stuff drizzled on it. And I, honest to goodness, thought it was butter. And I'm sitting here thinking, it's really strange to have butter down south. They don't put butter on stuff. And it tasted buttery. It was so good. Come to find out, it was this fresh olive oil. It was literally from the trees that we passed coming in. It was this, and it's interesting because everybody thinks the greener it is, the more pungent it is, but different olives will give you different colors. But this was a deep gold color. Oh my gosh, it was so good. And something like that, which is the exact oil that I have here from that same place, on top of a soup. Oh, so good. So good. So anyway, so hello to everybody that's just coming on now. In a couple of minutes, we're going to check out our soup that's cooking. We're going to actually do it all, real time today. So, it's going to look really, hopefully it'll be done in time. I'm not going to go too long, but there we go. Oh, you just got olive oil from Israel. Israel, Turkey, Greece, Italy, Spain, just wonderful olive oils. I actually have some Tunisian olive oil, which is also not very green. It's kind of more golden color. And the first time I poured it out, I'm like, it doesn't look that, pungent, but boy, it's really nice. So anything there on the Mediterranean really has really nice olives, trees. They're, ancient, 1,000 years old. Just really cool. Talk about a cool thing to look at. They're really beautiful. And just kind of fun to look at the fact that they're that old and they're all gnarly and, all that kind of stuff. So, it's really cool. So, anyway, I have been, having fun, emptying boxes. Not really. No, actually, some of it's been really fun because I have found boxes with stuff when the kids were little. I found their little teeny weeny soccer shoes, their little Sambas, their little black one, the little Adidas shoes that I got them when they were babies, and little outfits, because I'm literally going through everything, and it's time consuming, and it's just tedious, really tedious, but it's awesome, and we've given away a lot of stuff. So that's really nice too. So I hope somebody gets some good use out of the stuff we're not using. And in the meantime, though, I'm just having so much fun looking at stuff. And I've got all my photos. Oh my gosh, So I've got boxes of photos, and so they're all in one place now because we had them in the other house. We didn't really have space for them in one place. I had some in the living room, some in the basement, some in Pat's office, some in, spare bedroom. So now all my photos are in one place, the ones that are printed. That is something that I don't like. I love digital photos and digital photography because you can take a bunch of pictures and delete the ones you don't like. But how often do you delete? So this year actually, especially with all the pictures I was taking in Italy last year, I had such huge photo albums online that, you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling to find that one picture. Really got to make a point to delete the crap before you save them all and get bogged down with all of that. It really does make a huge difference. So, I take my bunch of pictures, how you take 10 pictures to get the one good one. And then you feel like, oh, it's my kid. You don't want to delete it. And in the meantime, it does, and then it takes up time, it like kills you, but it doesn't kill you. It really doesn't. So delete all the bad ones, even though they're still looking kind of cute in it, take the 1 or 2 best ones and delete the rest. And that's it. So my photo albums online have become a lot better, but we have so many pictures from back in the day when we were taking film that, just piles up. And even then, we didn't take as many pictures because, film, you had to develop and you had to pay, you had to buy the film, then you had to pay to develop it, and you had to buy the photo albums to keep them in. So it was kind of crazy. So let's see who's on here now. Let's see what other comments we got. Lisa, you're late. That's okay. We're going to see here and you'll get to watch it later. And if you are on here and you've never said hello, if you're and I'm really happy you're here, please, say hello so I know that, because then, like if it says somebody's watching, as soon as the video's done, those watchers disappear and I don't get to see you and look at you later. So say hi to me. So I have somebody working with me now, Mariana, who's Angelina's best friend, and she's editing my videos. So by probably later today, Monday and Tuesday's videos they've already been edited. So cool. But yesterday, all I did was empty boxes, I have to tell you. But anyway, with my videos, so they're edited, cut down a little bit, and we're putting them on YouTube. So please go and check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/dorinaskitchen, and check out my videos there if you ever want to rewatch them. It's easier to watch them there because I'm putting them into playlists and all that kind of stuff. So in the meantime, let's go look at the soup because I think that even if it's not done, it's going to be looking kind of pretty. Oh, it smells delish. So we got all kind of, I might, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So we have, made our pasta not pasta, zuppa di zucca e ceci. And I really hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to let you guys go because I think this is going to be a little longer before it's actually, oh no, actually I just cut through one of those. But I still want it to get nice and mushy and all melded together, So, have a wonderful day. And I apologize. I feel like I'm a little, if you guys see me, I seem a little distracted because I'm talking to you guys. I got boxes over there. So I'm doing the best I can because I really want to be here and you guys are awesome and you have waited for me. And, I just feel like I just can't believe how much you guys have, been here for me. This has been awesome. So I'm just going to keep stirring my soup here. Oh, wow, that smells so... Oh, just steamed up my glasses. That smells so good. That's going to be nice. So, soups, everybody thinks, soup can get kind of boring or bland or whatever. It's just a pot of water. It's not. A pot of water can make a lot of good things. And so, I really hope that you guys watch because we're going to make a lot of good soups and broths and pastas that are in sauces that are soupy over the winter. And, I'll be back on my game. I've just been honestly, you know, exhausted, but it's been a joyful exhaustion. Like, I'm just so happy as I'm unpacking stuff and finding things that I hadn't seen in a long time. You know, we're sending pictures in the family group chat of, you know, Angelina's little soccer shoes yesterday, and of, what did Pat find? He found something else of Angelina's, and the, you know, little outfits of Carlos and Leo's, and, you know, the twins and Tino. And, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's been a good time. It's in a way, it's kind of sad, you know, you're like looking at these cute little things and they're all so big now, and then you're like, I wish they were little again. Because then, you know, they listened better. Believe it or not, they listen better when they're little. So I would take a 2-year-old over a 22-year-old any day. No, they're good at all the stages. It's just different, you know. It's fun, but it's different. So enjoy every piece of moment with your family. Have them at the table. Make those kids sit at the table. Make those grandkids sit at the table, and make sure they have good, comfortable seating. Actually, next time we come on, I'm going to share with you guys about how you get kids to sit at the table. It's important. All right. Anyway, have a good day. I'm going to keep stirring my soup because, you know me, I love to embrace the stir. Awesome. Have a good day. Ciao.